After a long holiday weekend, the trial resumed yesterday in the case against Larry Millete in San Diego, who is accused of killing his wife, Maya. And just if you're new to this case, just so you know, Maya has never been recovered. So Larry's defense is that she's just missing. But everybody else thinks differently. He's on trial for first-degree murder. Now, we pick up from where we left off Thursday afternoon. So court ended early on Thursday, and I'm giving you news from Tuesday, the 22nd. Keep in mind, this is a closed court, so there's no cameras. There's a gag order. Anything I'm going to show you, all the photos I've been showing you so far and the ones I'm going to show you in this video are all taken at the 2023 preliminary hearing. So that's how long this has been going on. So some people have aged or changed since these photos, but I'm going to show you all the photos that I have from that period of time. The only thing we have from this trial are those bad artist renderings where everyone looks like the Elephant Man, so we're not using those. I'm going to use the old photos, but I just want you to know those are old photos. Okay, back up on the stand, the first witness is Ryan Culver. He is from the Chula Vista Police Department, and he was the responding officer. So he's the first one at the scene to do a welfare check when the 911 call comes in saying that Maya has been gone and nobody's heard from her for now a couple of days. So he gets to the home. He is the one that is responsible for the body cam. So every body cam video we get comes from Ryan Culver. There were other officers there, and there were people there who also took a bunch of photos. Under cross-examination by the defense attorney, he admits Larry was very cooperative. Larry's come on in my home, feel free to look around. So that's how we got the video. Ryan was allowed, there was no search warrant. He was just allowed to walk around the home at Larry's permission and film and photograph things. He said there's no sign of struggle in the house. Normally you see furniture knocked over, you see things broken, you see a sign of a fight, but there's no sign of struggle in the home. There's no signs of foul play. It doesn't look like there's any apparent crime scene. He's not seeing blood anywhere, like there's just no sign that a crime has taken place. Next up on the stand is David Gerber, and he is a forensics expert. Gerber is the one that executed the first search warrant, and this warrant was issued 2 weeks after the disappearance of Maya, and it's for cell phones, tablets, hard drives, and their vehicles. While searching the Lexus SUV that belonged to Larry, they found spots in the cargo area on a mat. They used one of those blue luminol lights, and it lit up on these spots, and they believe those could have been blood. So those were being tested, and then on the cargo sidewalls of the Lexus, so on the walls, he noticed that there was streaking, like a liquid had been maybe sprayed and wiped, so he witnessed streaking and took note of that as well. Now, while he's on the stand, Gerber actually says, well, these are preliminary tests. Preliminary test results are forthcoming. So I'm like, you've had 5 fucking years. Why are they still forthcoming? But I think what he means is that he just found them and identified them and sent them to the lab. And there's probably going to be somebody else who comes up and testifies as to what they actually were and the chain of custody and all of that, because there's 152 witnesses on the list. So surely we're going to hear more about this. He just knows of the preliminary results, and it looked like, yes, it could be blood. They also executed more search warrants as time went on. So they went back to the house repeatedly. They went to Larry's office space and searched his cubicle. So they looked all these other places. They found searches on a home computer. Again, stop Googling. But these are quotes. How to mentally torture someone. Can you track an iPhone if it's in airplane mode? It is unclear who made the searches because the computer was in one of the bedrooms that belonged to one of the children. The detectives said that Maya's work computer, because they had access to her work computer, that on her work computer there were several search inquiries about divorce. They also bring into evidence a handwritten note that was found in the main bedroom. It was written from Maya to Larry, and it's dated August of 2020, which is 5 months before she disappeared. These are exact quotes. I want to be happy, but happy is not with you. Let me find my peace, and I can't find it with you. So she's telling him very clearly that she no longer wants to be part of this, and she just wants him to let her go. There was also some explanation about the multiple search warrants, because it is not normal for police to execute multiple search warrants. But what they have said is there are times when they search the first time, they're looking for obvious things that may have caused a, like guns, knives. They're looking for blood. They're looking for broken items. They're looking for signs of struggle. They're looking for all that kind of traditional stuff. But then as they're searching computers and phones, which is exactly the path this group took, they start seeing, remember I'd covered in an earlier video where Larry was asking questions about, you know, how much drugs can you give to somebody before they're incapacitated? And he's talking about giving his wife things to help her be either incapacitated, injured, or dying. And so they then do another search warrant to go back to the home. And the third time is when the third search warrant is when they found the poison. They went back to specifically look for poisons or drugs in the home. And this is when they found that hemlock that I mentioned in an earlier video. But this is 9 months in, but that is the search that led to Larry's arrest. For their part, the defense attorneys just sort of kept saying and getting all of the police officers to say, you didn't find a crime scene. No, you didn't find any sign of a struggle. No, you didn't find any blood, any injury, any sign of any disruption in the home. No. But one of the points that was made by one of the detectives is as you're going room to room, and here's the photo. So you're seeing, you know, this is what they call like cluttered and messy. But like if you look at, this is in Maya's bathroom. So it feels like all of her stuff is still there. If she was going to leave her husband and leave her kids and leave her entire life behind, she didn't even so much as take a lipstick with her. Like this is like she left everything. Their closet, there's no sign that she packed a bag and left him. And one other thing to mention is that Mary Chris is now allowed, because she's already testified, she is allowed to now be in the gallery. So she is now going to be in court every day. She's the older sister of Maya. She's allowed to be there. And then the defense was like, wait a minute, if she gets to be here, how come Larry's family doesn't get to be here? Larry's dad, his mom, his aunt, they don't get to be here. And the judge said they might get to be after they testify. They are on one of the 152 witnesses that are on the list. And so at least we think Larry's dad is probably going to be called. We don't know about the mom and the sister, but the judge says until they testify, they can't be in the room hearing everybody else's testimony. For now, it's just Mary Chris. We'll be back in court again today. And again, no cameras. So I got to wait until tonight, watch all the news reports, read all the blogs, and then I will be back with you tomorrow morning for another update.